Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our Spotlight series where we get to meet the incredible people behind the Nepal-US AI Hackathon and what drives them to support the community. That said, super excited because we have one of our judges, Irina Sthapit, who is an electronic learning development senior specialist at the Ohio State University, co-founder at Ajis, and the director and advisor for Nepali Women in Computing, joining us today. So, Irina, thank you so much for doing this.
Hi, Shreyas. Thank you so much for inviting me as a judge and as today's guest. I'm super excited for your journey and what you guys have been doing. It's amazing.
Thank you. So let's dive straight into it and start all the way in the beginning, eh?
hmm
Can you tell us a little bit about your journey? For example, where did it all start? On
hmm
how did you end up where you are today? Because I feel like this
Okay.
is a long journey.
Definitely. So it is a long journey. I mean, अब एकदम beginning बाट start गर्नुपर्दाखेरि चाहिँ as a kid, I was always interested in working with tools. Wait, I'm going to start this. So, starting from the very beginning, I'm going to start Botsabela चाहिँ, my dad is a mechanical engineer, and I used to be his little helper with torchlight हातमा बोकेर चाहिँ म र बुवा चाहिँ उहाँको bike fix गर्नुहुन्थ्यो. And that's where I got started and started just being excited about engineering tools and everything in between, I guess. अनि बच्चा बेलादेखि नै I was just interested in छुकछुक गर्ने घरमा रेडियोहरू बिगार्ने बनाउने के फ्युजहरू बिग्यो भने बनाउने all these interests थियो, but I never knew this was part of like engineering and fixing and everything. I was just having fun as a kid. And once I went to engineering school, I learned more about what engineering is all about. And engineering is not just about like fixing things, but it's about helping people in different ways. At the end of the day, we're helping people, human beings, unago different problems or like solve gonna by making things, breaking things all together. After that, my engineering undergrad engineering magoreko maile. Then I went to work at a place called Karkhana Nepalma, I guess.
अन्डरग्रेड चाहिँ हजुरले कहाँ गर्नुभएको त्यहाँबाट?
Yeah, undergrad चाहिँ मैले engineering नेपालमा गरेको, electronics and communications engineering from Kathmandu Engineering College. And after that, I worked at Karkhana, which is an education company. त्यहाँ चाहिँ it's an education company, but also tech. I don't know if you know about it. So त्यहाँ चाहिँ kids are like, we teach them about hands-on science and STEM activities, from making robots, antennas, coding, and everything in between. So that's how I got excited about education sector. भन्नु पर्यो. त्यहाँ चाहिँ I worked there for a couple of years, a little more than a couple of years. त्यहाँ चाहिँ I used to make design classes, give workshops to kids, especially middle schoolहरू थियो. So coding, antenna बनाउने, anything creative, really, त्यस्तो सबै थियो. And that's when I got excited about, okay, engineering is not just about one side, there's also education part of it, and also how to get that like together, EdTech part, like चाहिँ कसरी सँगै ल्याउने, because growing up we didn't have a lot of technology. हुन्छ नि बल्ल तल कम्प्युटर थियो एउटा घरमा, बल्ल तल इन्टरनेट पाएको थियौँ हामीले, अनि त्यो एक्सप्लोर गर्दाखेरि नै कति इन्ट्रेस्टिङ हुन्थ्यो. So बच्चा बेलामा we didn't have all these like robots and kilne or coding aspect of it. But it is so important for everyone. And that is so important. Botsedeki to know one as to Lagyumalai. That's why I got into EdTech side of it, where I did my master's in learning design and technology from Stanford University,
Wow.
US IDA. Yeah, and it was such a roller coaster. Like, कति धेरै सिकियो यता आएर, because undergradसम्म अथवा वर्क लाइफसम्म नेपालमै थिएँ, and as an adult बल्ल अमेरिकामा आइसकेपछि चाहिँ there was so much like difference in just कसरी पढ्छन् मान्छेहरू यता, the education side of it, the professional life, just um just life in general is so different here in the US than Nepalma. And after graduating from Stanford University, I worked a little bit at Microsoft. Things didn't work out with the US COVID time, so I had to go back to Nepal. I worked a little bit at Fuse Machines, And now I'm back in United States. Let's say I'm working, like you said, at Ohio State University as electronic learning development senior specialist. It sounds so heavy, but basically I work with the professors right now to help them with their online learning spaces. Anikosity, to bring together this education and technology part together and make it easier and better for the learners.
Mhm.
And I work with professors in that sense. So that is my long answer of how I'm here and what brings me here.
But like just hearing what you said, right? From Nepal undergrads to working for a couple of years, then getting into Stanford, then like
Mhm,
working in like multiple companies, especially Microsoft company. I feel like there's so many things that you learn along the way, like you said. So
mhm,
based on that, like what are some lessons that you learned from then to now that you would
mhm.
probably constantly think of?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, a lot of lessons. I mean, it's been such a journey. It has been such a roller coaster for me. The highs have been high and the lows have been low for me. And I thought one thing is your mindset matters and persistence definitely matters when you're just moving along in life, like personally, also professional life, mouse in both ways. Like it's never going to be all sunny and nice. I know there's going to be some downs funny, but even when things are not working, just keep moving. I think that has been really helpful for me. And and on the side, like not just these ventures that are there's so many things outside of your regular routine of professional life. So say I'm also involved in Nepali women in computing, as you said. So that's like my passion project, Aina. And I've also like represented Nepal in different platforms of UN and other places. So एउटा मात्रै like this is my lane and I'm going to stay here भन्दाखेरि पनि there's so much more to explore out there भन्ने चाहिँ is a big lesson in life that I've learned. Like you do not need to just stay in one place. Okay, मैले engineering गरे अब I am an engineer and this is my identity. I'm going to stick with this. मात्रै होइन कि like you just go out there and explore. Like Nepalma, there isn't a lot of exploration so many times. You just stick either, okay, this is my lane, my either doctor and engineer, so or I'll be something. And then going you just move in one straight direction, right? I mean, that's what we have learned from Poilako generation, or maybe that has worked for them. But oile things have changed so much. There's so much technology, there's so much exploration out there, so many resources which probably we didn't get growing up. That oileko generation ko lagi चाहिँ there's so much more. So um go and explore Bantuma. That is a big lesson that I've learned, and that has just helped me fit in many places, not just one place. मान्छेहरूसँग कुरा गर्दाखेरि or just networking गर्दाखेरि पनि I can relate to a lot of
Hmm.
people and places, and also just हुन त jack of all trades of none भन्छ होइन तर that is something I don't think that is right होइन.
I feel like you sound like a jack of all trades and a master of few as well.
I hope so. But
Um,
yeah,
but let's actually talk a little bit about the Nepali women in computing and representing Nepal in UN and everything as well, because I think that's
mhm,
a really cool story, and then we can transition.
definitely. So Nepali women in computing, which is now Nepali women plus in computing, we have just added that plus to be more inclusive for everyone. So that is our passion project. I was along with Pragya, who is one of the main people organizing this. So we're both in there. It started 2019, right before COVID hit us. Ani Shriya Dakal, who is the founder of this, and we were one of the first people who got involved. So this is an organization which came out of necessity and need because US ma aisake we didn't find a lot of networks, or we didn't find a lot of people who looked like us who did what we did in terms of STEM or just community थिएन भन्नु पर्यो होइन. But when we see maybe Indiaको, maybe other countries are they have such close knit. अनि यहाँ चाहिँ we didn't find that so much. Nepalमा, of course, it was growing. Tech, women in tech, अथवा other organizations, communities were growing. तर US मा चाहिँ we didn't find that. So that is why we created the first reason we created to have a community. किनभने we didn't know first time America आएपछि कता जाने के गर्ने just in terms of finding jobs, finding internships, mentorship. कसलाई कोसँग कुरा गर्ने नै थाहा थिएन. So having this community was like giving back to our like Nepali community कि अरू कोही आउन चाहन्छ not just US मा तर just in tech space भने चाहिँ let's guide them through this. Let them not feel what we felt. हामी first time आउँदाखेरि. So we do a lot of mentorships. We do workshops. नेपालमा पनि workshop गर्छौं. So we have members from Nepal, US मा. We have some in Europe as well. So it's a volunteer organization, and we do everything because we love giving back to our community in terms of just women who are in science, technology, engineering, maths, any part of anything. And another big idea, not idea, another big part of our community is writing stories of women because growing up, we did not have those like Nepali women. Of course, अब वेस्टर्नमा अथवा यता युएसतिर त कति धेरै गरिरहेको हुन्छ देखिरहेको हुन्छ तर growing up I didn't have anyone to look up to like female role models to look up to होइन. So we collect these stories of women, Nepali women who are in tech, in STEM in any way, and we write their stories and we publish them so that the next generation has someone to look up to who looks like them, who is from Nepal, who has similar like socioeconomic background, and they don't feel like, hey, अब you like successful हुन त एकदम विदेशीहरू मात्रै सक्सेसफुल हुन्छन् मेबी वुमेन इन स्टेममा तर नेपालीहरू चाहिँ खै थाहा छैन को हो चिन्दै चिन्दैन भनेर
Yeah,
नहुनु परोस् भनेर there's also this idea in between जसमा चाहिँ panel discussionहरूमा चाहिँ सबै मेल मात्रै हुन्थ्यो टेकमा होइन. So we
wow.
were like, okay, this is a database of all the women, like you know their stories, they're here, right here, everyone's here. So here, choose from any one of them. So we try to produce one story every month, and it's still going on. It's an ongoing project for us. We have more than 30, 50 women whose stories are in our website, and it has been an amazing journey with Nepali Women Plus in Computing, and it's still ongoing. I'm so proud of all the things that we're doing and what is to come next.
That is
So
such yeah, that is such a great initiative. Like, sorry to cut you off, but that is a very cool initiative. But anyways, you're saying
yeah, no, that's all I was saying about
for
Nepali Women
UN sites,
Computing.
like,
Yeah. So UN side, Mate, I have represented Nepal as a like women in STEM in different international platforms. One of them is United Nations. Another one is the Asia Foundation, Global Women Asia, and also the US State Department को चाहिँ मैले International Visitors Leadership Program भनेर Women in STEM को लागि नेपालबाट participate गरेको थिएँ back in 2017. This was होइन before coming to the US for my master's program. So all of these have been so phenomenal for my journey because one, I get to learn so much from all these people who come there, all the speakers who come there, everything that I learn. Some of them are fellowships that I did. Some of them are like speaker sessions or like I represent Nepal in that platform. Ani, when I first started like getting all these, it was like first few months, there was so much to learn. And then I realized, okay, I need to give back as well. So then I started applying for places where my voice is also heard as a speaker, Ottawa as a panelist, Ottawa just where I can represent Nepal as a woman in STEM and say, okay, these are the challenges that we are facing. And also this is what you can do or how we can help together. We can work together, collaborate together
Mhm.
to move forward. भन्नेमा चाहिँ yeah, it has been really phenomenal experience for me to learn, to give back, and just like नेपालबाट कोही छ भने just to
Yeah.
have that feeling from a small country like नेपालबाट पनि okay, we are here, we are representing our community, we are representing our nation, and let our voices be heard भनेर. So yeah.
Wow. I think you if every like for all of the viewers, probably अहिलेसम्ममा 10 चोटि मैले वाउ भनिसक्यो होला कि. But anyways, I think I mean, not I think, but we know we're so glad to have an awesome judge like you. But let's flip the script, eh? So what made you say yes to be
Hmm.
the judge for the Nepal-US AI Hackathon? Like, what excited you about it?
Yeah, it was a no-brainer. Like this was one of its kind for the first time, I think, in this capacity जुन भइरहेको छ, and all the hard work that you guys have been putting in. So it was a no-brainer to say yes for this as a judge, as a mentor, anything. Like जसरी दिन सक्छु मैले for this platform. I would have loved to give back. But fortunately, you guys contacted me for being a judge, which is I am so fortunate to be able to judge this program and give my input for all the participants. So yeah.
And for the participants, what are you the most excited to see from the teams or individuals that's
Hmm.
participating in this hackathon?
Yeah.
Like something.
So mhm. Definitely, I'm excited to see all the new ideas, the disruption that they're going to bring with their ideas. And I'm excited to see diversity, like not just in terms of the ideas, but also in terms of inclusion, because I work a lot with, like I said, like एकदम चाहिँ inclusion को काम पनि गरिरहेको हुन्छु. And I'm excited to see, I know your hackathon go like one of the given so like title is build what matters,
Hmm.
right? So I want to see what they're like when it says build what matters. So where is that coming from? Like why are you building this right now? And not just focusing on the what you're building, but why you're building that, Anthony. Because what you're building could be very interesting, very innovative, but if it is not backed up by why, then it may not be as effective. Or who you're building for. If you don't know your audiences well, your users, and the data that it's backed up by, then it may not be the best. So that's what I'm excited to see, like all aspects of what they're gonna bring.
This is cool. I'm actually so excited about the hackathon. I don't know if how excited you are, but we've been planning, so we're pretty excited about this.
I
But
am super excited. Yeah.
like the thing is, हामीले यो application लिने बेलामा चाहिँ we realized that there are so many people that applied that you hackathon, so it's going to be their first hackathon. And
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be nervous about it as well. So, from someone as experienced as you, any piece of any one or two advices that you have for them?
Hmm. I know like धेरैवटा चिजहरूलाई my first time गर्नु पर्दा हुन्छ होइन, and I love this quote called one day or day one. So if it's your first time doing something, then kudos to you for being so brave and coming out. Advice for them would be just to do your best, and if you're doing something for the first time, kudos to you. Keep doing it, and you will do great.
You will win the
You
$50
will win.
million. That
Definitely.
is all in the line. But yeah, no, Irina, thank you so much for doing this. This was amazing. We're so glad to have you as a judge. And now for all the participants that's watching, I hope this inspired you a little bit and you're good to go for the hackathon. So more spotlights coming soon.
Definitely. Good luck to you. And I'm super excited to see what people, Nepali people bring out, and super excited to see all these ideas. Great work to the team as well.